Peace family, so I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about how they all look alike. They all look alike. They all look alike. If this tree looked like this tree and that tree looked like that tree, how could I distinguish the difference between any of these trees? It does me more justice to understand that, okay, that tree is different from that tree. I could tell because the leaves are different, the branches are different, the core base of the tree is actually different. But if I took this tree right here, and let's just say I decided to paint it up, and it looks similar to that tree, on first glimpse, you're automatically going to assume that these trees are the same. I say that to say, we have to do a better job of standing out and being different than the masses. I'm saying we have to do a better job because I'm not saying we haven't been doing a good job. I'm saying we got to do a better job. Good is not good enough in the middle of this war. Sometimes what you want doesn't fucking matter. It's what has to be done. Sometimes you have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions if you want better results. Doing the same thing and expecting different results is a true definition of insanity. And we got a lot of insane people out here. We got a lot of insane people out here. We can look at how the system is structured and see that they do things to make sure that everyone in their structure stands out differently. You know, Walmart employees don't wear the same thing as Target employees, right? When you could take these analogies and put them into place, even officers, right? We know what a cop looks like, but you can tell the difference between a cop that's in your county, a cop that's in the city, a university cop, a state trooper cop. You can tell the difference. The core base is badge, certain, can't even say a certain color uniform because the sheriff's uniform is completely different color than the city or county officer's uniform, right? Why are we not doing the same thing in the middle of this spiritual battle that we're in? Why do we have so many people wanting to be weird and witchy and keep debating that, hey, you need to change the fucking uniform? Change the uniform. If you want any growth and progression in our relationships out here, we have to change the uniform. It only makes sense. For me, I understood this way too far, infinity and beyond. I don't support Jordan. I don't run around with Jordans on like everybody else because people feel as though, oh, your shoes make your outfit. No, I make my outfit. I do. I don't have to wear what everybody else is wearing to feel comfortable in my being. You know what I mean? I don't have to follow trends and do what every other male is doing to fit in. When you start to grasp these concepts, right, you start to understand that when you're following Source and the Creator, and you're in Western society, majority of the people will be doing the opposite of what you are doing. Majority. So when I don't want to stand and I'm not going to stand like a witchy male, I operate differently. I know most witchy men are big on being flashy. They probably would have golds on, platinums, ice, you know what I mean? They will have different pieces on their wrists, you know what I mean? This is a brand hat that I do have, right? But this was already previously purchased years ago, so it just happened to still be in rotation, you know? Even my vehicle. Like, I wasn't concerned with going to get the most luxurious car to impress a female. Because in my world, if I have to do these things to impress you, then you ain't gonna want me for the reasons that I want you for anyways. And in my world, there'll be another female that come across if I'm in that space and susceptible to it. As of right now, I ain't opening no doors. I ain't opening no doors. I ain't had enough witches. I ain't opening no doors right now. You know, when the door is opened for, you know, when the Creator sends one my way, if the Creator sends one my way, because I don't know if I used up all my strikes and the Creator don't drop one off to me. The Creator could have had dropped 2 or 3 off my way and I missed my fucking opportunity. But am I going to live in delusion and say, oh yeah, you know what? He's going to keep sending me more and more and more and more and more. No, that's not how it works. I don't know how bad I had fucked up if I did in the past with the other ones that came across my space. You know what I mean? It don't have anything to do with being in an abundance, you know. There's an abundance of women out here, but that doesn't mean it's an abundance of righteous women out here. I cannot co-sign no more witches or witchery, you know. And I feel like females, when y'all out here choosing who y'all are vibing with, like, you need some males around to help pinpoint these things out for you, you know? Because men are better at reading other men's vibration. It's because we've been men our whole life. It's kind of like an electrician with no better than somebody who's lived with electricity their entire life. That just makes common sense to me. Like, the electrician studied this. The person using electricity their whole life literally just only used it. It's no different than us having TVs. You know what I mean? Like, all of us will watch a TV, but none of us know how TVs work. We ain't never built no TV. Most people don't even know how they got the images to project onto the screen the way that it does. You know, we just know it works, and then we could watch whatever we want to watch, and it looks like us. Like, you don't ever question how did they get this in this little formula to project it out to where I'm visible on the screen or other people are visible on a screen. A lot of people really aren't willing to dive deep, and they don't want to put the actual work in because there's no pressure on them to have to put the work in. And there's no pressure on them because they aren't moving with source. When see, in the middle of this battlefield, you always gonna feel pressure when you're moving with source, because you know that it's an opposition damn near around every corner. Even though those vessels could be used by the Creator to assist you and to help you, you know that it's a really weak vessel and it's easily accessible by the other team. We all have to do a better job at showing that we are operating and moving with source, and not trying to say we are, but then we're dancing in between that gray area and making our own rules and saying, oh, it's a new day and age. How the hell you think humans have survived so long? I don't get it. If the beings before us all thought like how this generation thinks, oh, I can't have a child because I can't afford it, or oh, you know, women was oppressed back then. It's like, if you look around the world, women are still in their natural roles everywhere besides Western society. If they were so oppressed, why are they still in those cultures, still loving and living life? It doesn't make sense. It's more cultures and civilizations that don't operate within Western culture that is a clear sign that what's happening over here is not natural and it's not normal. See, if you talk, walk, and look like an angry, aggressive witch, I'm just gonna put your ass in that category. There is no part-time moving with source or, you know, seasonal employee moving with source. No, your ass either full-time or you're not with it at all. Ain't no half-stepping. And because there is so much false authority and power given to women in Western culture, y'all just be abusing this shit. Y'all be abusing every bit of piece of power that you have. It's very seldom I've seen females using their powers and abilities with source in the most honest, righteous, creative light that they possibly can muster up. A lot of this power is being used to destroy self, and it's being used to destroy others. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to do people dirty, you know, go down to where the pigs be at. Because everybody's doing each other dirty down there. And you won't get looked at sideways. You know what I mean? But when you start moving around with creators, sources, followers, children, you know what I mean? You're going to get taxed. And you are going to have to pay. We were given the abilities to fight and defend ourselves for a reason. And it don't have to be a survival mode reasoning why you are defending yourself. Why you feel the need to throw the first blow, you know, send the first shot, whatever it may be. You know, you're not always going to be able to wait to the last minute to do these things. It's annoying and it's tricky, it's frustrating until you actually just completely remove yourself from the space. You know what I mean? When I go out the house now, I try to make sure I'm not too dressed for these other demons. Because all demon witches look for the same apparel in men. They look for the same things in the men. So if I leave the house and what the witches like to look for, I cannot be surprised if they knocking at my door and I have more than the average knocking at my door. You know, I want to make myself appear opposite of what they are looking for. And even if they see the light and they just want to come steal some love, light, and joy and vibration, like, I see them. So it's very easy to minimize how much energy I give and how much energy they are actually extracting and taking from me. See, most men are not accusing women of raping them, assaulting them, harassing them, you know, causing physical harm to them. I've almost experienced all of these from women though. Almost all of them. I ain't never had to go through no rape situation. But I had every other one placed on me. And when you have to engage with the opposite sex and you have to walk on eggshells because you're unaware or unsure if, you know, she may get angry or upset and falsely accuse you of something, or may try to poison your food or do some weird stuff to you, destroy your property. You know what I mean? Because I just had some property, you know, tainted with. It becomes a lot, and it's the opposite of peace. It's the opposite of what men that's moving righteously look for in a female. You know, if I'm naturally a safe space, I shouldn't be feeling like I need more protection or I have to keep my weapons on the table when you're around or in my space or vicinity. This is why it's important for us to stop looking like the opposition. Stop operating like the opposition. This is like one of those disciplinary checks where you have to make sure that you are doing the opposite. You can't say you don't want demonic men in your space. You don't want these demon men in your space, but you're dressed like a demon witch. Or you have the demon witch accessories on. When the time changes and everything shifts, then you can bounce back to some of these things. It's like seasons. I'm not wearing shorts during the winter time. Not gonna be outside in shorts. It's that simple. But when the seasons change, I can put my shorts back on. I don't know why this is so difficult for Western women to comprehend. I don't give a damn how insecure you are. You know, you're never going to get out of that space until you start working on securing yourself. It's that simple. And what better way to secure yourself than with a man who not only, you know, elevates you because he's elevating, so if he's an elevator and he's going up, you go up with him, but also will make you feel secure because now you're not on the market. You don't feel as though, oh, okay, this one is running over here, this one is running over there, you know, this one is looking over here, this one is looking over there. When you operating with the righteous men, we lock in all the way. Trust me. I remember a couple people when I first came home from my situation a long time ago, and I was talking to somebody, and I just wanted to be in a better light. I wanted to be more righteous. So I'm just telling myself, I had a group of girls stop me in a car. I was walking in the gas station, and they stayed in their car, waited for me. I guess they liked what they saw. I go in the store, I come out the store, it's like 4 or 5 of them piled up in the car too. The brave one yells out the window, you know, because we parked kind of car by car, and they asked me if I had a girlfriend or anything. I told them I got somebody I'm talking to. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have a full-on situation with this being. I just knew that me and the other being was engaging, and I had interest in her, and I had to walk a more honest life even outside of her being around me. It's a lot of levels to this, but if you ain't willing to push yourself, you're going to be fitting in and looking like everybody else, and then people are going to peg you to be what you are saying you are not. I'm not going to wear a basketball uniform if I don't like basketball, because then people going to be like, oh, you play basketball? Oh, see, you got LeBron James jersey on. You like LeBron James? I don't watch basketball. I don't like basketball. You know, that's an example. Y'all know I give a lot of basketball examples. Simple terms, you know. I give the real life, but recently I've been resorting back to my sports analogies, because sometimes I just be wanting to swing. I got so much fight in me that it's hard for me to shut it down sometimes, you know what I mean? Because we don't have the structure set up the way the Creator had designed it, you know? The masses are not following the Creator. The masses are following the asses. The masses are following the asses. So, if you don't want to be an ass, stop doing what the masses do. We got to keep these things in mind. Stand out. Stand up. Stand out and stand up. I ain't going to run up too long. Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.